signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer, and tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer, and tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law.
Even if you don't plan to invoke the Insurrection Act, do you plan to send troops to Los Angeles? Even if you're not planning to invoke the Insurrection Act, you still plan to send troops?
Well, we're going to have troops everywhere. We're not going to let this happen to our country. We're not going to let our country be torn apart like it was under Biden and his auto pen.
What's the bar for sending Marines?
The bar is what I think it is. I mean, if we see danger to our country and to our citizens, then we'll be very, very strong in terms of law and order. It's about law and order.
On the table, sir. Secretary
We're going to see what we need. We'll send whatever we need to make sure there's law and order.
Do you foresee those protests spreading to other cities, Chicago, New York, for example, in the next few days?
Yes, we're going to be watching it very closely. And when they spit at people, you know, they spit. That's their new thing. They spit and worse. You know what they throw at them, right? And when that happens, I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit. And I told them, nobody's going to spit on our police officers. Nobody's going to spit on our military. Which they do is a common thing. They get up to them this far away and then they start spitting in their face. That happens, they get hit very hard. What's the rules of engagement to federal authorities? We'll see what happens. If we think there's serious insurrection or less than that, we're going to have law and order. Very important.
How would you define an insurrection?
You have to really just have to look at the site. You have to see what's happening. Last night in Los Angeles, we watched it very closely. There was a lot of violence there. There was a lot of violence, and it could have gotten much worse. You have an incompetent governor. Just take a look at the train stations that he's building. Like 20 times over budget. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. So I did call him the other night. I said, look, you got to take care of this. Otherwise, I'm sending in the troops. That's what we did. Thank you very much. You have a question for Marco? A question for Marco?
California officials could face federal charges if they stand in the way of the deportation. Something that Holman Mann suggested.
If they stand in the way of law and order, yeah, they will face charges. Thank you very much.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rekat Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And that's what the true, sincere, fearful, dedicated, loyal, obedient prophets are going to do. They're going to prophesy. They're going to measure the times. They're going to warn the flock. They're going to inform the flock with the information according to the scriptures. They're going to match everything up to the best of their ability through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to let our people to know how to prepare themselves for what's going to be brought forth by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai through this devil, man. Okay, because what you're literally seeing the prophets do through these videos is bring forth the edification and also keeping you enlightened and again prepared, man, because it's going to be a hellish, grievous condition that's going to be placed upon the earth. It's going to try everybody, even us. Okay, because we're going to be tried, but Abanawaratazah, the Lord puts the spirit on us to endure and to cleave onto him more and more in these hard, hellish, nightmare conditions to come, man. Okay, because the real prophets are not going to be out here trying to entertain, debate, and gain followers for more currency, and amongst bullshit, because that's what it really is, bullshit and niggerdom shit, just to have some type of comfort, some type of name in this society. Look, we're nobodies, man. Okay, as I always say, I ain't shit. Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, they're okay. They are what needs to be and is being exalted. Okay, Salakia, because we speak these words of Yahweh Shai again to warn y'all, man, to show y'all that this devil is coming down with great wrath. Okay, Revelation 12 verse 12, if I'm not mistaken, or Revelation 12 verse 10. Okay, somewhere around there, Salakia. Okay, because this devil knows he has but a short time, man. Okay, but a lot of you Israelites, you 2/3, and also some of you jakes that claim you're in the truth, you put your trust in this society. You put your trust in this man with great confidence. You want Babylon to progress and prevail and to succeed further with more years, so you can have more of your status in the society, so you can gain a higher tax bracket. And again, you're comfortable. For the true prophets and the true worshipers, man, we're sighing, moaning, weeping, and crying for this place to be destroyed, man. Because as you hear Salaki, I'm excited. As you hear Trump stating and saying, man, he's giving the police, the military, etc., more authority over you Babylonians, man. And as you heard, he said, if you kill the police, you automatically get put to death. If you spit on the police, it's going to be an issue. So what's going to come to the point you can't even voice an opinion or defend yourself or have a voice in general against law enforcement. These are the draconian measures that has always been spoken about via Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, through the prophets, man. Okay, which is a part of prophecy, man. Because again, you people have a strong confidence in this system, in this captivity. You believe everything Esau has told you, man. You believe everything, how he constructs everything, and you put your faith, your confidence, your belief, your all into this place, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that. And this, I don't want to write this out. It's going to be short. I ain't going to grab too many precepts. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 25, and I'm going to grab verse 19, I believe. Come. This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble. Because let's keep it real, man. As it also states, let's hold that and let's go here real quick. Let's go to Sirach chapter 10. Let's hold that. And I didn't have, really I wasn't really thinking about grabbing this, but I'm going to grab this anyway because it came to mind for me reading that precept. This is Sirach 12. Let me see. Verse 17. Sirach 12, verse 17. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. So, because he's the one bringing the adversity. He's the one bringing the mayhem, chaos. It's all a part of his agenda, his plan to deceive you. Okay, he brings forth all the dreadful, horrific times, and then he swoops in like the hero when he's really the damn villain. Okay, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. So though he's going to pretend to bring forth the resolution, to resolve the matter, to bring forth an agenda to make you feel at ease and make you feel like, you can trust him. You can put your mind at ease towards the government. And what did one of the presidents say? I forgot which president it was, but roughly paraphrasing what he said. It's just one of the most scariest things you can hear is I'm with the government. I'm here to help you. I can't remember exactly which president said that. If any brother know who said that, you can put the quote on the comment board. Baba Gushah. Okay, but this man, he brings forth the mayhem, the chaos, and then because he's the villain, and he swoops in like the hero and brings forth the resolution, man. Okay, So he'll pretend to help you, but again, it's part of his agenda. He wants to, pull on your heartstrings. He wants you to, break down your walls for you to embrace him, for you to trust him. Okay, so Proverbs, and this is an unfaithful man, as it says in Psalms chapter 50, I believe, verse 21, that he doesn't keep any of his covenants, his agreements, his alliances, man. Okay, so Proverbs 25, verse 19 again. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. And trust me, man, I've had a tooth, that I had to get pulled, from tooth pain. And that's something that, is very, very, man, painful and dreadful, man. That's something that you really have to get taken care of, man. To have like a issue with, your teeth and your mouth, man, whether it be a wisdom tooth with a cavity and they have to pull it out. And that shit costs a lot of money, man. Okay. I recently, maybe last year, as a matter of fact, I got 2 wisdom teeth pulled out and I had to get what do they call it? A crown in 2 of my teeth, as a matter of fact, man. And that shit, man, if you don't get that shit done, man, you know how painful that shit is, man. And then on top of it, it's expensive, man. So, it's like that. You can't put your confidence in an unfaithful man that doesn't have your best interests at hand, man. Okay, you're not a part of the agenda, man. But again, a lot of you Babylonians put your trust in this man, and he's telling you, man, he's not for you. Okay, he's bringing forth draconian measures, man, which again is all a part of prophecy, man. Okay, point blank period. It's all a part of prophecy. And like I said, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. So I'm going to go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and we'll close out here. Okay, so this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And I'm going to start off at verse 10, and I'm going to end off at verse 17. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. And, they don't give a damn about whether it be children, the elderly, the gray haired, they don't care, man. They have no mercy, no sympathy, no empathy for you Israelites. Again, you were never a part of the agenda. You were never a part of their plan, man. Their plan is to execute you. They want that birthright back. And with you being here, you being amongst society, you being still prospering in numbers and, your birth rates and bringing forth children, etc., you got to go. Period. Why do you think, that they're measuring the heavens and the seas and everything else, man? Because they're trying to accomplish that challenge that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said in Jeremiah chapter 31, if I'm not mistaken. They're literally trying to conquer and complete that challenge that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has given in the scriptures, man. Okay, the heaven and the stars and the moon still exist. So Israel, the covenant and the promises with Israel still going to exist, man. And the end game, when they know they can't, because they're not going to be able to accomplish that. So the end game is to what? Execute you Israelites, man. So what's going to get worse? These devils are literally showing you in your face, you're fucked. You've been getting fucked. Okay, he used to, woo you, charm you. Okay, give you all these benefits. Say sweet things to you. And you Israelites would hold your cheeks open and just tell them, lubricate it, put it in slow. Okay? Y'all would literally just let Esau fuck y'all. Now he's taking it. Okay? He got everybody holding you down, and he's using no lubrication, he's just taking it. Okay? Like on Baby Boy, take it, take it, take it. Okay? And you used to say I love to ride. But now since he wants a divorce, you got a problem with that. Okay? Continuing on. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing wroth. So again, man, their laws, their executive orders, etc. Again, it's against you. It benefits them. Okay? Because they see you as the problem. They see you as an issue. Okay, which in actual reality, Jake is an issue because Jake has the promises, the covenants, etc., man. Okay? Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Okay, because again, this devil is completely against righteousness. He's completely against the standards, the guidelines, the ordinances of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the main thing he wants to do is come after those that have been awoken, that have been enlightened and informed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to know what the hell is going on, those that know the truth. Okay, but again, it has to be a whole, a plan to get to the prophets. He can't just uprightly come at us like, just like that. It has to be an agenda and a plan. Okay, and it starts with you 2/3, and then it's going to push over to the prophets, man. Because we're the ones that he truly, really wants. We're the ones that's exposing this devil. Everybody's getting the true information from the prophets and then going to their platforms and acting like they discovered it, man. That's how it's going, man. Point blank period, man. Okay, the truth comes from the prophets, man, not from these podcast people spewing their madness, man. Even though they have some things in line carnally, but they're literally getting the information and the correct terms from us, man. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 12, continuing on. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamity. The transgressings of our education, Salakia. He professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because we are. And we do have the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The prophets have been risen up, awoken, activated, again, informed, educated, enlightened, and brought back to life, man. Okay, to condemn, okay, to wash, sanctify, purify those that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has chosen from the creation and foundation of the earth to be awoken, okay, to be educated, and also to condemn these devils, to condemn the 2/3, to condemn the heathen, man, to give you the truth, as as it states in 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Okay, the truth shall flourish. That has been so long without fruit, roughly paraphrasing, man. And that's what we're doing, man. Again, we're the real problem. But he's doing it deceitfully, crafty. He really wants the prophets. They really want to come at us, man, because we're really the problem. Okay, because what we're speaking is the truth. All right? Verse 14. Salakia. Salakia. Let me grab this verse. Bear with me 1 second. Alright. What is this? Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts, and they know that, man. They know the prophets have been awoken. The prophets of old are back, and that we're made to reprove all this madness, all this perverseness, all this wickedness that's been flourishing upon the earth, man. And guess what? Through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the true, sincere seers, watchmen, whatever you want to call us, have been doing a hell of a job, man. Okay? He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. That's true, man, because we have disconnected from the philosophies, the characteristics, the traits of this world, and come back to our true customs, our true holy customs, to be severed and separate from the ways of society. Okay, because we have a complete process that we actually continue day to day, and also what's the word I'm looking for here? To rehearse and practice to continuously cleanse us, man, to continuously sanctify us, man. Okay, because what we're speaking and what we're doing is actually bringing more damnation to this place, man. Okay, sighing and crying and weeping and mourning to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, showing forth our dedication by actually putting forth our effort, not only lip service, man. Lip service, Salakia. Verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits, and they are, man. Everything about these people are counterfeits, man. The people in our land claiming to be us, counterfeits. Okay? The way that they govern the world, counterfeits, wicked, abominable, filthy, okay? Perverse, all right? And amongst other things too, man. He esteemeth, so like he he abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness, because their ways are filthiness. Their ways are dark. They lead you to death. They're not correct. Okay, this man is opposite. Everything is upside down in this society. Okay, they call evil good and good evil, man. Okay? He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father. And that's true. Because again, they have kept this stuff away from us for so long that, you know, now that we have been awoken to the truth, that it's a problem. It's an issue. Okay? Because, you know, with this occurring, it means their downfall. With this being done, it means the their demise. Okay, because the Lord is showing who he's actually dealing with and who is his actual children, man. Okay, verse 17. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. And guess what? That's going to happen. Okay, so Esau can orchestrate, formulate all these plans, all these agendas, but you will not be able to prosper. And as soon as you come to rise up and come against the elect, which we hope and pray to be, the Lord's going to lift up a standard and show forth that he's dealing with us. And we already know through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that we are those men. We have testimonies. We pray. We believe these names that we state, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, are the true names. We have received guidance, strength, and amongst other things, and answers in our prayers, man, by saying these names, by showing forth our obedience, and amongst other things, man. We believe, man. We believe, man. And the Lord's going to show that our belief is true and that everything that we speak is the truth, man. We got backup. All right? Fuck Esau's plan. Hey, man, what are you waiting for, man? What are you waiting for, man? All right? What are you waiting for, devil? You so hard, man. All these fucking, you know, all this lip service, man. Put that shit into action, man. Put it into action. What the fuck you run the world, man? What are you scared for, man? Because you know why you scared? Because you know your time is at an end, man. The Lord's gonna have to put the spirit on you, red silverback cave gorillas, to come at us, man. We waiting, man. We ready to go home. We ready to get those new bodies. We ready to be in rulership, man. Abanawa Ratazah, man. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Aki and Wa'akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Kol Holayim La, Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakat Kodash, Watha Wada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakat Kodash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Adawan Ratazah, into the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shabbat Shalom.